Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Katie. This video is going to be July's full face of first impressions, and I'm actually going out and leaving the house today, so I kind of want this to go well. I kind of don't want to look terrible, so we're actually going to try with the makeup. My new idea for first impressions is really not very mind-blowing at all, but I feel like a common complaint that I see about like first impressions is basically that they're first impressions, they're not reviews. You're not really gonna actually know if the person likes the product like properly because it's only their first impression. Like, because obviously you might like something the first time you put it on, but then like you try it a few more times and you realize you don't like it so much, or vice versa. Maybe you don't like it the first time you use it and then you use it a bit more and you like it. So my idea is basically just to do like a month later of my first impressions. So I'll basically just like go through every single product that I used in my first impressions and kind of just give you my review like a month later, and if any of my opinions have changed, and like obviously if it's like base products, like how like they wear and stuff like that. I just thought that way I can actually, you know, give you some more detail. So basically I'll do like a first impression, leave it for a month, do one like either right at the end of the month or the start of the next month, and then we'll go on to the next first impression. So we're gonna give that a go and see what happens. But let's now get on to some makeup. So I didn't get any eyeshadow or anything like that, which is why I have done kind of like some transitional shades. But what I do have to try out is some of the new Makeup Revolution glitter pigments. They're called glitter bombs, and I've got the gold one, which is called Bling Fling, which is like that. I have the Orion's Belt one, which is kind of like a pinky one, but it's got a few little like blue and gold specks in it. It looks really quite cool. And I did also order a third one. I think it's called Glitterazzi. It's like a very silver coloured one. But Superdrug decided that they didn't want to give me my full order because there's two other products that I'm missing as well. But I have emailed them about it, so hopefully I will get those, because I'm going to do a Revolution week, so I'm going to do 5 different full faces of Makeup Revolution, and I do want that silver glitter for one of those, so fingers crossed I get that. I did want to get the glitter glue that Revolution brought out as well, but it was out of stock, and then of course it comes back in stock the day after I make my order, because of course that would happen. But instead I got the Barry M Glitter Fix Gel, which is the one that comes in this little box here, and this is what it looks like. So I thought I would try this one out. It did have kind of mixed reviews. Some people said it was really good, some people were saying it wasn't very good, and it kind of had a lot of fallout, but we're going to try it out and see for ourselves. I think I'm going to use the gold glitter today, just because I think I want to use this pink one in one of my Revolution Week videos, so I kind of want to leave it more of a surprise. I'm so lame. But, so we'll try out the gold one, I think. But first, obviously, we're going to try out this glue. I just want to see if there's any like specific directions. No, it's pretty much just a case of smother it on, stick the glitter on. So it's kind of like a little lip gloss sort of tube, so I guess I'm just going to put it on my finger and then place that. I'm just going to kind of place it on the kind of main base of my eyelid. I think I may have put a bit too much on there. It's very like slippery, it's not very like compact, is that the word? See, it doesn't say you have to wait or anything, but right, I need to, oh my god, I'm covered in glue now. Maybe I should have opened the glitter before I put the glue on my eyes. That might have been an idea. Okay, it's kind of going everywhere. But I have got a bit of gold on my brush, so let's place this on. See what happens. Okay, well, it's sort of going everywhere, but I think it's worked. Is it sticking? Let's hope. I mean, that is absolutely stunning though. But it's everywhere now. So this is probably going to get all in my eye, but you know, let's hope that is eye safe. Okay, let's try it on the other eye. Let me zoom in a bit this time. Okay, so this one turned out a bit better. I mean, it's messy, but it's a loose glitter. Of course it's going to be messy. What do you expect? Especially when you're incompetent. Okay, like I think I put the glue up higher on this side, so they look kind of uneven, which isn't ideal because I'm going out. Right, so I'm going to go back in with some just eyeshadows. Obviously I don't have anything new, but I need to blend this and fix it a bit. See, I tried to make it even, but I mean, I think it's a pretty good product. I'm just like absolutely terrible at this, and I can't get the glitter off of my face now, which is a bit concerning. I desperately want to move on from this. Okay, so for liner in my waterlines, I have the Nip and Fab eye pencil in 01 Black, which looks like this, and it is a twisty up one, like so. It does, however, have this very confusing thing at the end, which I feel like I've seen this before with another eye pencil. I don't understand what it is. Is it like to make it pointed or something? I don't know. But I probably won't use that because I don't really care if it's pointed or not. I already feel like there's glitter just everywhere. But let's put some of this in my waterline. I think that's given me some drama. I do feel like it's pushed more glitter into my eye, but that is not the fault of the eyeliner. That's the fault of my botched glitter application. But I really like it. It's just giving me that drama I look for. I personally quite like the twist up eyeliners just because you have to worry about sharpening them. And I've currently lost my sharpener and still have no idea where it is. So I've been reaching for twisty up ones more lately. So this is great. I really like it. The mascara that I've got to try out is also from Nip and Fab. This is just called the Nip and Fab mascara. That is all. So we're just going to try this on the top lashes. Probably end up pushing more glitter into my eye sockets, but that's okay. I've heard that this is quite a good one. Oh, looking promising so far. Okay, so there you go. I quite like this actually. I think that's done a pretty decent job. I've got a feeling that this is going to be a grower that I'll probably like it the more I use it. But that's definitely given some really like good thickness, and it's such an intense black. And there's definitely some volume there. It's not like knocking me off my socks, but I just feel like that's very hard for a mascara to knock me off my socks nowadays. But I would say that that is actually a pretty decent mascara. So I've just kind of accepted the fact that this glitter ain't going to come off my face. So we're maybe going to have a glittery face today, but we'll see what happens when we put foundation and concealer on. So before I actually go in with foundation, I will try out some colour correctors. So I got two of the Nip and Fab colour correctors. They're just called colour correctors. I got the green one, which is the shade 01 Peppermint. And I got the yellow one, which is 02 Banana. And I've also got two Barry M ones. These are called the colour correcting ones. One is the neutralizing redness, the green one, and one is the eradicates dark circles for light to medium skin tones, the yellow one. And I thought I would just like kind of pit these against each other and do a half on half face situation. I will say, right, this Barry M one, it's supposed to be yellow colour corrector, but I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of like my skin colour. I could probably use this as a normal skin tone concealer, but we'll try that out another day. But let's start with the Barry M ones on this side. So I will start with the yellow and just use this under my eyes. Yeah, it's like super pale. It's like a super pale with a hint of yellow. It's definitely very like on the pastel-y side. But like, I feel like I could just use this as a normal skin tone concealer, but we will try it for colour correcting under my eyes. I do have a bit of a dark circle going on. Just building up a generous helping of this. And we will blend. Okay, I mean, that has given a reasonable amount of coverage. I wouldn't say it's like super duper full coverage, but it has minimized that darkness quite a lot. I just like kind of compare. So that's with the colour corrector, and that's without it. You can definitely tell that there's a lot of brightness added there, and that the kind of like darkness has been minimized, so quite effective. And like I said, it's kind of my skin colour. I feel like I could just use this over foundation as a normal concealer. So let's go in with the yellow Nip and Fab. This one is more of a like kind of custardy yellow. It's not that like super light pastel-y sort, so this would probably look quite a bit different, but we're going to try it anyway. It's got one of those like brush applicators, so we'll just use that to kind of spread it out. Kind of use my finger a bit as well. That might be a bit too much, oh well. Yeah, like that's such a much more like rich colour. But let's see if it gives any coverage. Okay, so in future I would put less on, but I do feel like this has got good coverage. You definitely can kind of like see the colour on my face, so I kind of prefer the Barry M1 in the sense that it doesn't leave like a huge like kind of casty yellow. But the thing is, I don't mind that too much because normally when I just go over the top with foundation it takes it away anyway, so it's not really a big deal. But I don't know which one's better coverage, to be honest. I feel like they're kind of similar. I don't know. I think the Nip and Fab one might be slightly better coverage because I just feel like I can see a tiny bit of purple on this side, whereas it seems kind of mostly eradicated on this side. So maybe the Nip and Fab one is slightly more coverage, but not dramatically so. So we'll go in with the green ones now. So I will use Barry M again on this side. We've got a nice little spot here that needs covering. I'm basically just going to put this on all of my like blotchy areas, which is most of my face. And we're going to have to do like half and half on the nose. My nose is my main blotchy area. Yeah, half a nose. Cool. Let's pop a bit up here because my face is so blotchy. Okay, definitely reduced a lot of the redness. So let's again go in with Nip and Fab on the other side. So I realised that it kind of basically looks like I just put that all over my face, and it kind of have. I can't really tell which one I like better. I feel like they've both given like pretty good coverage, to be honest. The Nip and Fab ones definitely have more of a stronger like colour pigment. I don't know how I feel about that, just because obviously it's going to leave you with more of a cast on your face. But like I don't even know if it's really like more coverage. Like I can't really tell, to be honest. I feel like they're both very similar in terms of coverage. So to be honest, I like both of them. I think that they're both worth checking out. And I definitely have a very colour corrected face now, so we're going to need to go on with some actual skin colour products to fix this. So I actually decided to venture back to H&M makeup, and I got the All Day Liquid Foundation Flawless Finish, which apparently is a new formula. And I got mine in the shade Alabaster. Oh, and now it's on the floor. This is what it looks like. Now I have tried one other H&M foundation previously, and this was called like, I think it's called like Natural Satin or something. It was about $12.99 and I did not like that one at all. In my ranking foundations of last year, it was right at the bottom. I did not like that. So let's hope that this is slightly better. I did also get from Nip and Fab their foundation, like it's called the 00 Light Mixer. So I'm just going to check out the colour of this H&M one. It's definitely quite pale and quite warm, which is great. But I do think I might add in a bit of the Nip and Fab just because we've got it here, so why not? I'm just going to add a little bit of this to the H&M foundation on the back of my hand. This one actually is quite thick, it seems. I don't know, I was expecting it to be quite thin. I feel like white foundation mixers do tend to often be quite thin, but actually that seems quite thick, which I consider a good thing because that normally indicates more pigment. That's actually working really well. I feel like a lot of white mixers, they don't really like do much. This one definitely is like that. I noticed that immediately. I feel like the thicker the better. I'd compare it to like the LA Girl one. I really like that one because that one's quite thick and pigmented. That's actually worked really well. I think we might have a new favourite white mixer here. So this is the shade I've got it to. I mean, I don't even know. Is it too light now? Is it too dark? Who knows? But let's just put it on our face. I'm really hoping it does cover some of this green. Okay, see, I still feel like I could see like a bit of green coming in here. I wouldn't say this is like a super full coverage foundation. I would say more on the light medium side. I wouldn't say it's particularly amazing coverage, which is fine generally because I do like light medium coverage foundations, but when you've got harsh colour corrector underneath, you kind of want a bit more coverage to get rid of that. But I mean, it looks okay. I feel like I look a little bit lighter, I don't know. Something's a bit off about the colouring here, but I actually do quite like the foundation. It doesn't seem to be sitting weirdly or anything like that. It does have a little bit of a dew to it as well, but it's not like really oily or anything like that. I say it's kind of like semi-matte. It's actually quite a nice foundation. I feel like I need to try this out again when I don't have heavy colour corrector on underneath. But I mean, it's alright, but I just wouldn't say it's like a really heavy coverage foundation or anything like that. Which is fine because I don't always want that, but I know some people do. Definitely better than their other foundation, that's for sure. To go with this, I also got a H&M concealer. This is the Cover Up Concealer in the shade Alabaster. I have tried this concealer before a very long time ago, and I got it again because I knew that it was a really good colour for pale skin, like it's really pale, which obviously can be quite hard to find in the kind of affordable price bracket. But I'm hoping that this is as good as I remember it being. It's definitely like really quite pale. I would say it is more on the warm side as well, which personally is quite good for me. That is it there. So let's just smother a load of this on my face. One issue is it is quite a small tube, so obviously this isn't going to last you a particularly long time. I'm just going ham here. Definitely is quite like thick in consistency, and it does have quite a bit of oil to it. I wouldn't say it's super full coverage, but I mean it has, you know, given me some coverage, which is quite nice. I quite like how it sits under your eyes. I wouldn't say it's the best like blemish concealer though. I do like it. It's not my favourite concealer ever. The colour is quite good if you're very fair. I like it. I don't love it. Again, I'll have to try it with some like different base products before I can like kind of fully decide, which is why I'm doing first impressions a month later. So there you go. To set my face, I have got the e.l.f. tone correcting powder Cool, and this was on Superdrug and then it disappeared from Superdrug, so I got it off Amazon and paid way more money than I would have paid had it still been on Superdrug. Yeah, it's quite expensive if you get it off Amazon, so I hope it's good. I hope that it's good enough to justify how much I paid for it. So it is like this. You've got a load of kind of like pasty, pastel-y colours here. So I'm hoping that it won't make my face that colour and that it will just, you know, set it down to give me a nice matte finish. So I did actually finally invest in some more powder brushes, so I feel like my powder game is looking a bit better since. One of the brushes that I got is the Real Techniques setting brush, this little one which I've been using under my eyes, just making sure any other powder is off it. So I am just going to kind of mix all the colours together here. So we'll just pat out the creases under here and set under our eyes. Okay, that seems to be sitting reasonably well under the eyes. I'm going to go in with this Real Techniques Instapop face brush to do the rest of my face. Again, just getting off any colour that may be on there. I think my face is set. I still feel like I could just see green, like here, which is really annoying. But I think that's actually done a decent job. It's definitely mattified my face. It's got a reasonably nice, smooth finish. Only issue is you do have to kind of dig into it quite a lot to get the product out. But like, I mean, once you do get a nice matte finish. But it definitely does take a bit of building. So if you're in a rush, maybe not the most ideal powder because you really gotta whack your brush in there, but I think the finish is actually not too bad. Just gonna get these foundation lips off. For bronzer, I have the Barry M Afterglow Light Bronzer, this one here to try out. It does look a little bit reddish, so I'm not sure if this is the best colour for me, but we're gonna give it a go and hope for the best. Oh, that picks up a lot of product, so tapping that off, let's just bronze up our face a bit and hope for the best. I mean, it might distract from the green, so I think like with a bit of blending it's actually alright. It's not too bad. Definitely feel like it is a little bit too reddish for me though, but I mean it has warmed up my face, so that's great. I just can't get over the fact that my face looks green. I don't even know if I'm just going crazy or if it's not that bad, but I feel like you probably wouldn't see it on camera, but in person, I just feel like specifically on these bits, it's just green. Too much colour corrector. So for highlighter, I have a H&M Illumination Lustre Powder All Over Glow. And this one is in the shade Moonlit Halo, and it looks absolutely stunning. It's a super duper icy white one. And I have tried one of these highlighters before. I will just get it out. This one was the Delicate Pearl one. And as you'll be able to see, I hit pan on it, and I did actually really like this one. I still do really like this one actually. I actually used it yesterday. It is actually really gorgeous, so I'm hoping that this one is of similar quality. So let's go in with this. That's nice. I do sometimes feel like powders often affect the performance of your highlight, so we're just gonna keep going here. I mean, that is actually really nice though. Ooh, pretty. Okay, so this is absolutely stunning. I'll just show you. I've got it on everywhere. I think it's really pretty, and it does kind of mesh into your skin quite nicely. I just feel like this would pop even more with like different base products and different powder. I've just got that. I just feel like that might be the case, because I do find that with the other H&M highlighter as well. Like when I've got my favourite base products on, it pops even more. But I actually do really like it. It is actually really stunning. So we're going to move on to the brows now. Just going to quickly brush them through as always before we go in with the products. I got 2 eyebrow products to try out. They're both from Eyelure. The first thing is the Eyelure Precision Brow Crown. And mine's in the shade Dark Brown. This is what it looks like. It is your standard eyebrow with the spoolie on one end. And I believe this is like a micro one. Yes, it is. It is a micro brow pencil, which is what I prefer personally. I quite like the small ones. To go with it, I also got the Eyelure Brow Amplifier, which is a brow fiber gel, and I got this in the shade Dark Brown as well. And that is what this one looks like. And I believe this has a small wand. Yes, it has got quite a small wand, which again is my preference because, well, I just feel like it comes out less splodgy when you've got a smaller wand normally. But let's go in with this pencil first. I think the colour's okay. It's like a kind of chocolatey brown. Try my best here to make my brows look somewhat decent, and it probably won't work because I've got wild brows. Okay, so this is how the brows have turned out. I actually don't think that's a half bad brow pencil. The colour's pretty good, not too harsh. Yeah, I quite like that actually. So let's try and set them down with the gel. It does have quite a lot of excess on it, so I'm going to try and tap this off. Otherwise it's probably going to look like a huge ass mess. Let's try though. Okay, I also think that's done a pretty decent job at setting them in place. Actually, I think that brow looks pretty decent. Think I'm happy with it. I say think because you never know until your whole makeup's done. So I might as well just finish off my eyes off camera, seeming as there's like nothing else new that I'm trying here as a BRB. Now that I've done my bottom lashes, I have to say I'm really digging that mascara. But to finish off this look, I've got a lip product. This is one of Soph Desnell's new lipsticks. This is just called Revolution Soph X Cake lipstick. I don't even. It's the one in the shade Cake, and it looks like this. It looks absolutely stunning, lovely, like pinky nude. So let's just smother a load of this on. Did order like a red lipstick off Superdrug as well, but that also didn't show up. So hopefully I'll get that one soon. I don't know why, but I found that really hard to apply. Like, it felt like I've gone over the lines in so many places. It's like so creamy, like, but to the point where it's kind of slipping and sliding everywhere. I do absolutely adore the colour though. It's super opaque. Just think I need to get the hang of using that one a bit more, but it is a gorgeous lip colour. How did I manage to botch this up so bad? Okay, so that is all of the products tried. I'm just going to do my hair and clean it up a bit, and I will be back to give you my final thoughts. Okay, so we are back, and this is the finished look. There is definitely still glitter on my face that I can't get rid of. So I'll just talk you through all of my opinions on the products quickly. The colour correctors, I think I prefer the Barry M ones just because I don't feel they leave as harsh a cast, and I feel like the coverage is pretty similar, but I do like both of them, to be honest. I do think these are all pretty decent colour correctors. I do quite like the glitter. It is just very messy, but I mean, it's a loose glitter. What do you expect? But I mean, it is like super pretty. I mean, like, that's stunning. It is stunning. Really like the black liner that I use in my waterlines. I thought that worked really well. I actually think the mascara is really good, and I think this will get better the more I use it, but it's definitely given me some drama, which I really like. Both of the eyebrow products actually from Eyelure I think worked really well actually. I'm quite happy with how the brow turned out. They definitely are quite thick and bold, but I don't know, that's kind of the look I go for now, really, just crazy eyebrows. That's all the foundation and the concealer. I feel like I will need to try these again, so that's why the kind of first impressions a month later is a helpful concept in this case. I think I like them, I think I like them. I'm just not, I don't know, I need to try it some more, I think. I think that the coverage of the foundation could be a little bit better, and the same for the concealer, really. I think my main issue is that I just think there could be slightly better coverage, but to be honest, it's not terrible coverage. I mean, like, my face looks pretty well covered, to be honest. In fact, I actually think my makeup's turned out pretty decently. e.l.f. powder, I think, actually did a really good job at setting my face, mattifying me. I don't know if this is going to be one of those powders, though, where, like, your highlighter doesn't show up as nice on top of it. I've got a feeling that it might be one of those. You do have to dig your brush in it quite furiously, but once you're kind of done it, I would say it's quite a nice finish, to be honest. I don't feel like I look too like heavy and cakey. I think the bronzer maybe not like the right shade for me. I think it is a bit reddish, but I do think it worked kind of. Like, it did give me a bit of a warm glow. So I mean, I think it's okay. I'm just not sure if it's the best shade for me. I do think the highlight is stunning, but again, I want to try this with some different powder just to see if I can get it to pop a little bit more. But it is a really nice colour, and it definitely does have pigment. I just feel like I could get this to pop even more, possibly. But it's beautiful, and it's not like too like, it kind of meshes into your skin rather than being like a kind of really harsh kind of highlighter, if that makes sense. Lipstick I'm not sure about, just because I really wanted to like this first of all because I love soap, but I just feel like it's a little bit too creamy to the point where it's kind of hard to get a like really nice precise application, and I don't know how long it's going to last because of the fact that it is so creamy. But I do absolutely love the colour. It is gorgeous. I really like it. I just think maybe I need a bit more practice. Yeah, actually I do think I found some pretty good products here, and as I keep banging on about, we will be doing first impressions a month later, so I will be giving you a rerun of every single product that I've used here a month later, just so I can give you my final absolute thoughts on it. So I will be trying these all again throughout the month, just in my own time, maybe in videos, who knows. But that is it for this video, and I will see you in my next one. Goodbye. So for bronzer. So for bronzer.